evening, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans. Welcome once again to another fantabulous edition of the Front Row Fanatics. Tonight, we're going to be doing a review of APW's last show that took place this past Sunday on, what was it, 23rd of August?
21st.
21st, okay. Drinking beer already got the date wrong. But, Mullet Master, Jimmy Johnson hanging out with us. Front Row Fanatic original, Painlord sitting in. My tag team partner, the most interesting man in the world, Chief's feeling a little under the weather today, so he's going to be behind the scenes in the camera. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about APW and our giggling studio audience back there. You know, they're all snickering to you.
Tell them who all back there.
Well, no, because they're not part of the back row bimbos, so we can't put them in there.
Oh, that's not Rod Dogs, guys.
Yeah, they're not the back row bimbos. But anyway, so we're going to talk about this show that took place there on the 21st of August at the APW Arena on Jackson Street. I don't remember.
6510 West
Thank
Jackson.
you once again. Painlord saves the day for me. The show opened up with DJ Pringle coming out, basically pissed and moaning and crying about how he got screwed out of his APW TV title by management and was demanding a title shot or he was gonna quit, and all this other stuff. So basically that match was set up, and he had Brian Cage coming out whining about wanting another chance for a shot at a contract after he was defeated at the last show, you know, for a spot on the roster. So he challenged basically his trainer Maze, setting up another match later on in the show. Music rumbles, crowd piles in. Woo! Kurt Diamond steps into the ring. We get the show going, baby. You know, the opening match was between Brian Cage. Ooh.
Yeah. Story of the year.
Yesterday's news, man. He's not the story of nothing anymore. Against the APW Bruiserweight Champion, my man, with the coolest goatee rocking in the Gulf Coast. Unlike that other guy, Mr. Microwave, who no longer possesses a goatee, man, you know. What's up with that? Maze. So, and the winner of this, if, we didn't have a
Pop for Maze.
Pop for Maze with our invisible sign, you know. So the stipulation for this match was that if Brian Cage won, he'd earn a spot on the roster at APW. You know, it was a non-title match, so basically he had everything to gain and Maze had nothing to lose. So,
and he won cleanly.
Really?
It was a clean. That's am I wrong or right? I thought it was a clean.
You're right. You're right.
I thought it was wrong. I thought he gave him a Steve Carino thumb in the bum or something.
They probably did that too after the match.
But
it was a clean pin.
No, it was a good match, and both guys delivered some impressive blows. You know, Maze got the bruise your face, some good high flying action. But the best part for me was when Brian Cage tried to do that awesome drop kick copied by his trainer Maze and whiffed by a mile. It was a good thing he did that because I needed some cool breeze blowing on me because it was a bit warm there in the APW arena. And then Maze had to get up, show him what a real drop kick was like.
Yeah, good and shit about the drop kick. That's right.
Yeah, Maze, show us what a real drop kick's like, and he proceeded to. But you know, in the end, as much as I hate to say it, and like I always say, I'm man enough to give props to people if I don't like them. Brian Cage defeated Maze to earn a contract and a spot on the APW roster. So you know,
boo,
absolutely, boo from the ailing. Interesting man in the
came
world,
out
Chiefs.
and took his shirt off and was going to challenge Brian Cage.
That was impressive.
That was
And that was scary.
He took his shirt off and says, "If you don't win this match, I'm going to stick my foot up your ass." So he was really kind of, you know, hoping that he would win because he gave him one chance already. He was sticking his neck out for him. You better win. And he did.
Yeah, you know, if I was Cage, yeah, very small foot.
Like a size 4.
But I honestly, you know, other than the fact that him being the head of APW, I would have had to laugh because Tiny is not a very physically imposing individual.
What?
But
Really?
yeah, really. I mean, come on, I'm bigger than he is, and I'm not a very big guy, so I mean,
that match.
yeah, book it, baby, book it. Yeah. what can we say?
This show is sponsored by.
As opposed to Tiny at CSW, I suppose you're referring to.
Yeah. We could have a tiny versus tiny match. And tonight, Mullet Man Jimmy decided to bring some Yingling beer for our juice tonight for this show instead of Heineken and other assorted alcoholic beverages that we love to consume.
The new
while we're doing
Gargoyle
this.
juice for the night.
No, that's the Mullet Man juice. I am always a Heineken man, baby, but I am not above changing flavors on occasion. So
Mullet juice.
just like mullet juice. This is what we're drinking now. It's a mullet juice, baby. You know, just like we go to different wrestling shows, we like drinking different beers. So you know, the crowd was not quite as large at this particular show as APW has had.
I think it had to do with the start time, and that's
Well, the start
most
time.
likely why they changed
Start time, and I heard mutterings and whisperings of some kind of wild APW event that happened the night before with all kinds of bizarreness and debauchery going around there at the APW arena. So
I wouldn't know anything about it.
yeah, so I don't know what to tell you, but you know, things are popping at APW. So the second match came out with the Onyx, who are the APW Tag Team Champions, managed by the infamous Eddie G. Had a match against not one of my personal favorites, GED, and some guy.
Farmer.
Yes, the butt farmer Festus Bass, or whoever.
Fletcher.
Festus Fletcher Bass, butt
David
farmer. You
Senior
know,
said Bass.
that's right. Got to go by what the ring announcer said, you know. So, you know, GED and this big old farm boy, you know, up against the Onyx. Right off the bat, I could tell this was going to be a mismatch, and I had no doubt in my mind that the Onyx was fixing to deliver the beatdown and whip some ass. You know. Thoughts, anybody?
I would just wish we could have had a huge kill the cracker chant, but only our little section had it mildly going.
Right, you know, the people over there at APW, they don't know how to take the front row Fanatics at times, you know, and we like to stir the pot, so to
Don't get
speak.
too racist.
Hey, I'm a cracker, so what? Hey, what can I say?
Yeah.
I'm still up on, I'm down with the Onyx, baby, and you know, they just pretty much beat the living crap out of those two guys to retain the title. Simple as that. They walked out sporting those nice new APW tag team belts, and I'm waiting.
And t-shirts.
Yeah. Speaking of which, hey,
They're coming soon.
yes, it's coming soon. Promised by the Mullet Man that the Onyx is going to be getting us our Onyx Pro Wrestling Club gear.
Tell me quick.
Yeah, well, you said they were coming, so.
They're coming.
Well, you've got the connection, man, you know.
But you were alluding to those tag team belts looking good. And
Yes.
They're really nice.
They look good matching those Onyx shirts, too, man, you know, so I'm digging it. But what I'm waiting to see now is who is going to step up as a tag team in APW to challenge the Onyx.
Is there a tag team that can?
This is true, you know, with injuries to the Bullet and, you know, BG James, the Road Dogg, not being there on a consistent basis as he travels the country doing other shows. You don't know what's happening with Steve Armstrong, so, I mean,
Right.
and the last time Bullet tagged up with GED, you know, you saw what happened there. They lost the belts, so who knows?
We have the New Age Outlaws coming the 18th. They may get a.
Well, there you go. That could be a remedy for the cure of that disease, as some people seem to think of the Onyx, but I'm down with the Onyx, baby. So
I'd like to see a consistent tag team division. We've always been tag team fans, and that would be nice to see it every week with the teams that tag together every week, not just a couple guys thrown
thrown
together.
together.
Right.
Yeah, that's one thing that is sadly lacking in all promotions,
complain
pretty
about it all
much
the time.
in the Gulf Coast, that there's not too many places that have tag teams. About the only promotion that I think of that has at least a semblance of a tag team division is CSW. You know, then you've got the Rays brothers, you've got the Onyx over there, you've got Initial Shock,
Various forms of Californication.
various forms of Californication, Victor Crew and Michael Desaad, you know, I don't know what they're calling themselves now, but, you know,
The Sadist Kingdom, well, they were.
they were. I don't know if they still are, you know, with all the other stuff going on. But, you know, I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling, so I hope the management of APW can get some more solid tag teams in there to give the Onyx a challenge. Because to me, as long as they just keep throwing guys together as a tag team, the odds of the Onyx dropping those belts are slim.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. They did have Kid Matthews and DDG.
Jaden.
Jaden, whatever.
Baby Crew.
What was that tag team called?
Young Guns.
Young Guns. But they're no longer together. They could do DDG and Cowboy Ray.
He done got smacked down the last time with the Onyx.
Onyx took him out.
They done took him out and sent him packing back to the ranch or whatever, you know.
Different possibilities of what kind of tag team.
You know, and since Team Elite is split up, you know, they were a dominant tag team. So,
Yeah.
I mean, right now the tag team seems looking a little grim there at APW. So, hopefully management will come up with something to give the fans who like tag team wrestling something to look forward to. Unless you're like us and you just like watching the Onyx beat the crap out of people. So,
See, they've got 3 singles belts and then the tag team belts.
right.
I think one of them singles belts needs to be gone.
Well, let's see. They got the heavyweight belt. They've got the 5 Flags belt.
The bruiser
And the bruiser or cruiserweight belt. So I hear you. Too many singles belts and just a tag team belt. So something to think about, management of APW. Not trying to knock you, not trying to heap a bunch of negativity upon you, but you know, the tag team division, if you're gonna have tag team belts, you need to have more tag teams than just one. So, you know.
Alright, moving on.
Moving on, okay, this was for the APW Heavyweight Championship with the brutal one, Joe Gibson against the fortunate son, DJ Pringle, who'd been whining about getting ripped off and all this other stuff, you know, and demanded a title match of some sorts. So, 2 guys that are experienced, 2 big guys, got in the ring. Pretty much, in my opinion, Joe beat the crap out of DJ.
It started out as a slap fest.
It was a slap.
Yeah, they were doing some good.
Then
bitch
we saw a
slapping
lot of
and-
crack.
Yeah, oh. and as crime, McGruff, the crime dog says crack kills, DJ Pringle bends over, that crack will kill too, man. Woo!
And he farted on Joe.
Oh, no way.
He did.
Oh.
After the match, Joe said he farted on me.
Oh, man, DJ, passing the gas, man.
That's why he slapped him around.
I would too, man. You'd be letting a ripper on me in the middle of the ring. You finna get some pain dealt your way.
But it was a clean finish. I mean,
What about the Irish thing that he come back?
Yeah, he changed his song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig the Irish music that he used to come out to. I didn't care so much for the Celtic bathrobe look thing that he had on, you know. I'm a big Joe Gibson mark, I will admit that, but I wasn't digging that ring attire. I thought he should have brought back the kilt. The mullet man style derby there, man, you know, that he used to wear. Hey, shades of the Hellfire Club, baby. Bring that image back, you know, I'm all about it. But, you know, Joe once again shows why he is the dominant force in APW and thoroughly beat DJ Pringle 1, 2, 3 cleanly in the middle of the ring. So there was no ifs and buts about it. DJ couldn't cry. DJ
There's still
couldn't.
maybe more crying.
Well, yeah, but
He's got room to cry, I'm sure.
well, I would too. But you know, there's no excuses. He was beat cleanly in the middle of the ring as Brutal Joe retained the APW championship. So
But you know who his daddy is.
yeah, well, his dad's got some stroke now. So I mean, and I saw him peeping back there, back in the
I think he was
corner.
watching, yeah.
Yeah, he was back there. The infamous Percival Pringle III was back there eyeballing, checking things out. Want to say a few good things about APW. Got some good grub there in the cafe. You know, check that out. Show them some support. But Painlord wants Mountain Dew. Bring some Mountain Dew to APW.
I tried. It was a Coke venue, and we'll see if we can
That's
put some
my
on the
bad.
back.
I know. I heard Tony explaining that.
We'll see if we can put some on the back for you. or something.
Yeah, secret stash, secret
Yeah.
stash.
But, you know, it's almost like I'll just bring my own and give y'all $1. Let me bring mine in. I'll just pay for my drinks.
There you go. Hey, that's a fair trade-off.
It is.
I wonder if they let me give it $1 and I could bring beer in there, man. That'd be
That might
I'll
start
say
something.
$2.
all right. Yeah, I pay $2 to bring a beer in there. You know, shoot.
I'm down with that.
Probably wouldn't happen because it's on Sunday and too many little kids running around. You know, so
Yeah. Mountain Dew possibility, maybe.
yes, this is true. This is true. But we'd also like to thank sponsors. Johnson's Cast Nets here, baby. They've got all your needs, cast nets, fishing equipment, and all this other good stuff.
I'm
Sonny,
blocking it.
yeah, it doesn't matter. You can block it because you're the man. You're the sponsor. Sonny Reed Bail Bonds. Big Rod Dog, who was looking rough there for Rod Dog Taxis there. I guess he attended the night of debauchery and partying there. So, you know, APW has a good group of sponsors there. So, you know, a little shout out and thanks to them, because without their help and generosity, you know, things at APW might not be popping the way they are. So, you know, that's the way it is, baby. Shine it on, shine it on. So I guess with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, need another beer, and we'll be right back. Yeah, let's go Crown, baby! Crown!
Somebody's alarm.
Somebody call Flex's mama!
Back it up, arms up. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, Nathan.
Just 30 minutes to do your job. I'm doing my job.
Shut up.
He's shut up.
Come on, Nathan.
Poke him in the Audi, Nathan!
That's disgusting. Get up, bad boy.
Go Crown!
Nathan Crown. Nathan Crown. Nathan Crown. Nathan Crown. Nathan Crown. Nathan Crown. Nathan Crown.
2, 3.
He did, man. Don't be talking to Crown like that. He's gonna bitch slap you. This ain't open. There's no bomb. No. Breaking Crown. Yeah, snap it like a sling jig.
Break it off. Break it. Let's go. Break it off.
I'm backstab him. Snap at the bag and make him hit his back.
Come on.
Make your kitty cat quiet, please. How'd your cane on?
Come on, Crown, pile driver.
Yeah, kick his ass, Nathan.
Jump. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a jump.
That's right. Tell him you know the rules.
Yeah, keep doing it.
I'll give you that now.
Where'd you go to school that time?
Oh,
yeah!
Come on, Nathan.
Nathan Brown is now up 1 point.
Let's go, Crown!
Oh, look at that.
Come on, Nathan!
Whoa. Come on.
Oh, sandwich. Knock it out.
Oh, come on, man. He broke it out. Come on.
Oh, that's it. That's a pin. Gets him in the middle of the ring. That's good. 1, 2, 3.
Ian Flex has scored a pinfall and now scores tied to 1-1. 3 minutes remaining, scores tied 1-1.
Come on, Nathan!
It was 30 minutes, but we're not going to let the match like that. There has to be a winner. We're going to sudden death. Whoever has the first pinfall or submission will be the winner.
Come on, Cloud!
Come on, Crown.
That's how you're
Ropes. Come on.
Come on, Nathan! 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 Two! Come on, Nate! Come on, Nate! Crank it on his ass!
Throw your shirt.
Where's my red shirt? Where's my red shirt, man? He's gonna cheat.
Matches I've ever seen, and believe me, for 50 years I've seen a lot of hard fall matches.
Yeah!
This man wanted fair and square. And kid, your little ploy didn't work, did it?
Hell no!
Somebody was lucky. Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to stick your nose in where it don't belong, kid, you want to get it to the big boys, why don't next week? It's 4 o'clock when that bell rings. Next week it's 4. We'll take you two on in any kind of match you want.
Yeah! West Coast independent fan, wrestling fans, blah, 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 blah. It's drinking that mullet juice threw me off my game. Welcome back to the Front Row Fanatics. I'm the Gargoyle.
Cheech.
No, he don't want to talk. He's
I'm Cheech and he's Painlord.
Okay, all right. We're having a multi-personal identity crisis here. But anyway, we're the new Three Stooges, whatever you want to say. All right, we're continuing our review of APW show that took place the 21st of August, 2011 at the APW Arena at 6510 West Jackson Street. Woo. By God, I finally remembered the address. Woo! A little bit of shout out from the audience there.
That means you
anyway. Anyway, we're going to continue with the next match, which was, as on our last round table discussion, we labeled the Battle of the Boobs, which pitted Busty Becky Kennedy, Kylie and Zoe Monroe versus D Luscious and Daddy's Little Diva, which we thought was going to be a 3-on-3 female tag match, but it ended up being a handicap match. And one stipulation was made that one of the Monroe twins had to be on the outside, quote, in a managerial role, so it could be a fair
yeah, 2-on-2 with the one twin on the outside.
Absolutely. So, you know...
But you know who that was going to work out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, they battled, boobs bounced, butts were in the air, you know, we were digging it, you know. The old infamous switcheroo by the Monroe twins and Busty Becky, and as they huddled on the sides. And
I like that little huddle.
Yes, and the referee...
Would you like to be a part of that huddle?
Yes, and the referee was hornswoggled out of his mind. He didn't know what was going on, so... You know, but the bottom line was Busty Becky and the Monroe twins got the Duke. And also there was some outside interference by Brittany Bass jumped in and then commenced a beating on Double D Luscious, and that's the size, not her name, as she is so frequently fond of saying.
It might be bigger. Like,
well, okay, they could be triple D's then, I don't know, but anyway, Double D Luscious ended up taking the beat down from Brittany Bass and Busty Becky and the twins, so they pretty much stomped the mud hole in there. They walked away with the victory. Most of the crowd was not happy with the outcome. We were, yeah. But you know.
You're the Monroe twins last.
That's right, I'm a Monroe twin love lady.
Love Becky.
No, I love Becky too,
and
Becky.
Her shorts.
Yes.
That she was wearing.
Nice pink booty shorts, Becky. We're digging it.
That was the best
buy her pictures at the gimmick table too, you know. So, entertaining match as far as I'm concerned, you know, a little less wrestling, a little more, shall we say, feminine TNA aspects, you know.
I like the ending of the match when Brittany came in. Well, first, D Luscious countered and hit a really good bulldog on Brittany, but it ended up being like 3 or 4 on 1. They had her like in a Boston crab, and everybody was beating on her from all different angles. And then I guess the rest broke it up. Kurt didn't come out.
And Double D Luscious was mad. So I'm interested to see what the APW management has in store for this group of feminine she-wolves, so to speak, you know, that were feasting on Double D and the new Daddy's Little Diva making her debut there.
What I was wondering about when Brittany Bass came out, she didn't interfere on the twins' behalf, and she attacked D Luscious, but she also threw the twins off of them. So it's kind of like
personal issue for maybe in matches past.
Separate factions here.
Because Brittany Bass has battled D Luscious for that APW Divas title in past shows, I know.
It sounds like they may be setting up a three-way, maybe with D Luscious versus Brittany versus Becky or maybe a four.
No telling. There's no telling.
Possibilities.
Pack of wild women scrapping in the middle of the ring, no telling what's going on, man. So, I mean, all things are running wild there at APW, which leads us to the main event, which was a 30-minute Iron Man match.
There was only 5 matches on this show, and the new start time. But I guess one of the main reasons because the 5th and final match was a 30-minute match. It actually altogether was like 35 minutes.
Which pitted wrestling royalty Nathan Crown against his former tag team partner in Team Elite, the Canadian superstar Eon Flex, with Busty Becky at ringside.
Well, Kurt sent her packing a minute into it.
Which bummed us out because we was looking forward to seeing them pink shorts and more. But
she got fined $1,000. She'll have to come up with $1,000 next week before she can come back.
I don't think she'll have any problem coming up with them.
No, so them pictures she said.
Shake a booty, shake a booty, shake a booty, you know. I know Matt and Woody probably at least bought 200 of them, so. But, you know.
Yeah. Ronnie don't have any money because he lost it all in 50-50.
Yep, he's on the losing streak, Ronnie.
Still.
Yeah, that's right. It ain't fixed like it was over there that other place down the street where you was winning all the time,
I want
man.
Ronnie to start winning. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm not. He got enough of my money over the course of a couple years over there, so.
Anyways,
back to the Iron Man match.
Iron Man it was.
Yes, it was. This was 30 minutes of physical, brawling, grueling, mat wrestling, punishment, submission style. You named it. These two guys laid it out on the line. 2 former tag team partners who were best friends at one time, traveling down the Gulf Coast, dominating the tag team scene. Split up, went different ways, and, you know.
When a WWE Hall of Famer comes out and says it's one of the best matches he's ever seen in that type of match, then that says a lot. So
right, not even
quoted by Bullet Bob Armstrong.
Flex was even talking about on the APW Facebook page how he was surprised he went that far at his age. But you know, from our standpoint, fan view outside, he looked just fine.
I hear you. I hear you.
Fine. It was an awesome match.
Indeed, indeed, you know.
I think he just had a birthday too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. I believe it was the next day, or that was it the day of the match?
I think it was the next day.
The next day, so we all wished Flex a happy birthday. You know, awesome match. I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, because I was swilling quite a bit of gargoyle juice there at that show. Did Nathan Crown win, or did it end up in a 1-1 draw?
Nathan Crown did end up winning.
Yeah, he did get the dude.
It was 1-1. And then the 30 minutes ran out, and Kurt said we have to have a winner, so they went 5 more. Not really 5 more minutes, sudden death.
Yeah, sudden death.
So it wasn't a pinfall, it was a submission. Jaden Matthews hit the ring.
Baby Victor Cruz.
And hit Nathan Crown. But Bullet came out there real quick and tossed Jaden out. And Crown had Flex in the submission move, like a Boston Crab type deal, and he submitted.
And that was the end of the Canadian superstar, Aeon Flex. Wrestling royalty Nathan Crown got the Duke, became the Iron Man of the APW.
Pensacola Iron Man.
Pensacola Iron Man, you know. Much to the delight of all the Crownaholics in the house. You know, Flex didn't have too many friends there, so that sent the crowd home happy and fulfilled at the end of the show. So all in all, I would not say this was APW's best show, but it was by far not the worst.
And this match was really special. There's only a handful of guys on the entire Gulf Coast that could have done that match, and it was good.
Right, you know, and it takes a lot of intestinal fortitude, heart, and drive to commit yourself to giving an entertaining match without a lot of laying around and, you know, oh, let's stand up there with a headlock for 20 minutes or whatever. These guys were consistently moving, mat wrestling, all sorts of things, working submission hold, so, you know.
And they could have easily thrown something in there to change this card at the last minute on us, but
Sure.
these guys put on a hell of a match for a light crowd there too, and that was awesome to see. So.
And Tristan did a good job refereeing the match. He really did.
Yes, Tristan, see, we're giving you the
He's
heads up.
calling you now.
Oh, it's not either Tristan or it's Vince McMahon, you know, man.
All right, what we was talking about was Jimmy gave us a little news and rumors here. Vordell Walker, Jake Slater, Alex Matthews might be making some appearances at APW soon. We don't know when. Now, we're talking about the talent level of Vordell Walker and how it would be good for some of the APW guys to get to work in.
Absolutely. Jake Slater, too. You know, we've seen him at the Kiefer Classic at the beginning of this year.
Yeah, Bill Weaver's partner, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they were his partner, but they were in that tournament in the Kiefer Classic. We've seen both Vordell Walker over at XIW in Pascagoula, Mississippi a couple years ago. We've seen them recently, both Jake Slater and Vordell Walker in the NWA Gulf Coast.
You and Cheeks did, yeah.
Yes, quality wrestlers, man. They can only do nothing but enhance the quality of the roster at APW. And if they bring them in there, I give APW management a double thumbs up because you're setting the bar higher as other companies are seeming to braggadociously say they are doing, and I'm all for it.
All right, so we went through all the matches, the new bell time. You missed it, what I was talking about. They, some other people from around here probably seen our footage and the lack of crowd that APW has. About, I made note how APW always fills out the seats.
Right.
They went from one extreme to another on changing the time. And
right.
The 2 o'clock deal was probably just a bad time. This new 4 p.m. bell time might be the right medium, and they'll get back to filling the seats out like they always do.
Well, not only that, you got to look at it was the last day of the weekend before the first day of school.
First day of school. Plus, they had that party the night before,
which are you know, some of the other participants might not have been able to make it.
Everybody has an off night. And
sure. This was an off night for APW as far as crowd wise, and like I said, not the best show, not the worst show, but still fun and entertaining.
Yeah, be that as it may. The last match between Crown and Flex was awesome, and that carried the entire show.
It was worth the price of admission.
The Battle of the Boobs was a bonus. Joe defeating DJ cleanly, that was great.
Onyx laying the smackdown.
Brian Cage got his contract.
Who?
The story of the year.
Oh, you and Mr. Microwave had that man love for that guy, man.
I used to. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, I'm kind of over it.
It's yesterday's news, that's what it is.
I still neutrally like him. I don't hate him. But anyways, what we want to talk about next? Just general APW discussion?
We got Rikishi coming September 4th.
September 4th, Rikishi's coming.
And then we got New Age Outlaws again September 18th.
Sweet.
Do you know anything about APW going to different cities and towns, different venues, or is that just still talk right
That's
now?
still a lot of talk, and one comes up and then it gets pushed away, so it's still a little talk.
We've heard rumors of Loxley that they were going to be running over there. Then this other company down the street were talking about, we knocked these guys out of Loxley and we're taking over.
There's a lot of rumors about that.
You know, so we'll have to wait and see. You know, APW, you want to go out on the road, fine. To me, I would concentrate on your home base there where you're at and continue to build and grow, you know. Because if you have a steady, loyal audience that comes there week after week after week, why take the extra expense of going out on the road? You know, I mean,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. You know, other companies want to try that. You know, is that a desperation move, or maybe they're just trying to show they're expanding their base? You know, every company has a different philosophy on how to grow and make themselves better. Right now, I think APW is doing good. You know, we mentioned bringing in guys like Vordell Walker, Jake Slater, Alex Matthews. You got Kamala Jr. You got the Outlaws coming back. You got Rikishi. These are not guys you're going to see at that other show down the street, you know. So, you know, and I'm not knocking them because they're bringing in some other people too, and they're rebuilding with a new talent roster. So, I mean, there's a lot of things happening along the Gulf Coast. Companies are trying to raise the bar. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Competition is good. I like to go see different shows and fresh faces. So, I mean, what more can you say?
Well, what more can we say is this coming weekend, this Saturday, right here.
That's right, baby. CSW at the House of Hardcore. 10 years of mayhem. Main event. Fans bring the weapons. Be there. Blood, guts, violence, gore, all the stuff that you crave, sick freaks like me crave. Plus there's going to be good athletic wrestling with guys like Doug Pitt, you know, what's that guy?
The Ray's brothers.
The Ray's brothers, well they were next, but I was going to mention that other guy. Yesterday's news, Brian Cage. The Onyx will be there defending their tag team titles. Because they are also the CSW Tag Team Champions.
Right. I think this would be a good chance
against
for
a mystery team.
Most of the APW people, if they can come over and see this show,
right.
It's not all going to be blood.
No,
it's one of their biggest shows ever. But there's going to be some quality. I'm really looking forward to that four-way match.
Absolutely, crown the new CSW Heavyweight Champion.
Who's in it?
That's Doug Pitt, Brian Cage, and the two Ray's brothers. That's the four-way for the CSW title.
Who do you think's going to win that one?
I think the Ray's brothers have a little advantage there.
Yes, and they cut a promo recently saying they're in it because they work together. So I think those two will probably, being as they are brothers and usually a tag team, will work together against Doug and Brian Cage to eliminate them, and then those two will battle it down for the belt. But right now my money's on the last king of wrestling, Doug Pitt.
I'm going for Doug Pitt too.
So, you know, be there. If you haven't ever made a trip to CSW, Jimmy here, Corey, they drove a long way. They took our word for it. You know, they drove several hours to see CSW and they enjoyed it, and they're coming back for more. So some of you other APW fans, venture out of your comfort zone. Yeah, I know gas is a little expensive and stuff, but get out, see some other wrestlers, see some other shows, go to different venues. You know, CSW is a place like nowhere else. You know,
Tony tells them, you know, y'all.
That's right.
Those shows you've been to Ultimate. Come to Mossy Head this Saturday night. This is billed as their best, going to be their best show ever. You got to be here. If you can't make any other shows, make this one.
Check it out. I mean, like I said,
you can follow me over there.
That's right. It's an environment like no other.
Call Jimmy's phone. Get a whole bus load going on.
That's right. Let's get a caravan going and pack out the house of hardcore.
Let's go. I invited Tiny as well, so maybe we can see him over there.
Sweet.
I have seen him there before.
Yes, I have.
He knows where it's at.
That's right. So come on, Tiny. You can bring your happy self over there too.
Okay, what we got on the agenda? Is that it?
Just leave your shirt on.
Yeah.
He might be part of it.
You never can tell. He could surprise you. But with that being said, I guess we've covered everything, you know. APW runs every Sunday at 6510 West Jackson Street in the APW arena.
The new start time.
Yeah, new start time. Doors open at 3, bell time at 4. So, you know, make your plans to be there and support APW, as well as get out and support the other indie feds along the Gulf Coast.
Yep. Any other shows this weekend? They have the SXW show in Dothan. Tommy Rich is going to be there. There's information on Gulf Coast Wrestling there. So we only got 2 shows this weekend: Mossy Head and Dothan.
Right.
Look at Gulf Coast Wrestling.
That's right. Check out GulfCoastWrestling.com for all your pertinent scheduling information.
We are biased towards CSW and Mossy Head, so come to Mossy Head.
That's right. That's right.
Woody, you suck.
Yeah, you traitor. Don't ever ask us to save you a front row seat anymore. You can sit in the back, man.
All right, with all that being said,
we'll see you in the front row.